Welcome to the Living Alone podcast, where we help you reclaim your confidence and energy through taking control of your wellness. I'm Paige Hope.
And I'm Tracey Host. Join us for quick chats on wellness, personal growth, hormone regulation, and more. And welcome back to another episode of Living Alone. And I'm so excited to be in the studio today with the amazing Paige Hope.
I think the audience is going to get tired of that intro.
I don't think the audience is going to get tired of that intro whatsoever. Okay?
No, it really is so amazing, you guys. We haven't been in studio together for a long time. And so I'm super excited to be here with Tracey. Our lives just get so much more complete when we're together in person. Who has someone out there like that where like the moment you're together, your energy is just filled. It's like my cup was empty and now it's full. I don't even know how to explain it.
I know. I absolutely love this when we are definitely in studio. And I have to tell you, we've got a great topic today. Now, just so the audience knows, I always kind of spring the topic on like a few minutes before. So you know how organic and real all this is. But we talk about this a lot, but we just hit on it. And I feel like it deserves its entire episode to itself. And that's the lymphatic system.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And this is all about detoxing as well. Yeah. And so it's going to kind of be a combination episode.
I talk about like, I need you to think about like your lymphatic system. I mean, it's like your superhero of detoxification in your body. Mm-hmm. Because you know, we always hear all these things like, oh, detox your body and do
like what does that even mean?
Like exactly. And I say to people like, listen, going on a juice fast or something is truly not detoxing. And we're not going to get into that. Is not what this is about. But I just, in case you're thinking to yourself in your head, because your body should actually be detoxing every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And your lymphatic system, as I just said, think about it. It is the superhero of your natural detoxification. All right. Mm-hmm. And so, Paige, if you don't mind, I'm even going to kick off by just saying that it was probably when I was 29, which, okay, just for the listeners who don't know, I'm 53. But it was.
She doesn't look it, though.
Did you see why I need to be in studio with her at all times?
Take care of yourselves, everybody, so you can look like Tracey at 53.
Yeah. But at 29, let me tell you, I had fibrocystic breast. Mm-hmm. They would hurt so bad. If anybody out there, especially near my menstrual cycle, okay, they would get so swollen. I had so many lymph nodes, right? It's about your lymph nodes. I would have like these cysts that would hurt and you could feel them in your breast and they would move around, okay? And so I remember at the time, now you can imagine this many years ago, 23 years ago, Paige, like, you know, you're like not even 10 yet. Okay.
I was living my best life on the playground somewhere. No worries in the world.
In all seriousness, like, so it's going to, now we're going to go through a little bit later how it could show up for you. And I know for Paige, she's going to share that as well. But for me, I was like, oh my gosh, like what the heck is this? And of course, nobody's talking about anything, let alone did we have like the Google to really go to,
well,
right?
I think
or
people
social.
Still, even now, I don't think they fully understand the full lymphatic system.
No, not whatsoever. Mm-mm. So for me, that's how it was showing up. And I remember the first time somebody saying, oh, it must be your lymphatic system. And I'm like, lymphatic system?
What the heck is that?
That's exactly it. I'm like, I don't even get this whatsoever, you know? And so when you think about the lymphatic system, I mean, it's all about organs and different tissues in your body, but it's really the lymph nodes then, how it's flowing. Because remember, you want to move things out of your body. You definitely want to flow. Mm-hmm. And when I share with everyone here a little bit, like your lymph nodes and things are like in your groin area between your legs. Mm-hmm. And for those who can't see, and maybe you're watching on video and I was putting my hand like, you know, it's where your leg and your hip, right? In your groin area, definitely underneath your arms. Yep. You know, those are like the major areas when you think about that flow and it gets congested.
I think so many people get congested now though, because we're not moving our bodies as much. Think about it. We're sitting in front of a desk. We're doing all of that, which is why you actually now more than ever have to take yourself and actually say, okay, I'm going to take 10 minutes after every meal, which is what I try to do. Okay, I'm going to, you know, maybe I'm going to do, this is like really simple, but like I'm going to like do some jumping jacks really quickly before my next meeting or whatever it is, because your body does get freaking congested.
Yes.
And maybe schedule in a massage here or there because that'll also get some movement going.
Yes.
And that's self-care.
But I love what you just said. When I was understanding the lymphatic system, when I just said it's like organs and tissues and you got the lymph nodes, I always share with everybody, like your heart is always pumping, right? And so people can appreciate that, you know, in your veins and the blood is circulating and all these things, but your lymphatic system does not have a pump. Okay, so it's not moving. So when you are quote unquote congested sitting, it's definitely not moving and getting congested more not only about us sitting all the time, but think about the food and the toxins in our body that's congesting those areas. That's why it's not moving.
So crazy. I picture in my mind, because Tracey gives analogies pretty much every time I talk to her. Now my brain has slowly started to like think about analogies, but I'm like, it's literally like you're in traffic all the time. Go, stop, go, stop, go, stop. Your lymphatic system is actually like, it wants to work.
Oh, yes.
It wants to, but you're not allowing it to work. And so it's literally just like sitting in traffic. And you know how annoying it is? Your body like needs to move. What were we just talking about, Tracey, right before this was even bras, like as simple as bras. Because you had all of those issues. No one talked about this. Bras can affect your lymphatic system. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So this was something, you want to know the truth, that just got brought up to me in the past year. Okay, so for the listeners, not that anybody wants to know this, but I was always a very natural going into high school 36D. Okay.
Crazy.
So I have heavy breasts, and that many years ago, you could even hardly find a D cup. Not that we want to know all this, but the point of me sharing this is they always had an underwire. You wanted support. So my entire life of wearing bras always had underwire to them. And what I realized this past year, right, working, you were talking about massage, going to a massage therapist who is specialized in lymphatic massage is huge. But she asked me, she's like, do you wear underwire bras? And I said, well, yeah. I said, do you not see these breasts? I said, they're heavy. I've had them all my life.
Support.
Yeah, right. They do. I can remember a time even sleeping in my bra because I was told that, oh, if you don't, then you're going to look like your grandmother, meaning they're going to hang to your nipples. Your belly button. Yeah. I'm just keeping this real. Okay.
Someone mentioned it's like having like socks that have, what was it, like water, and I'm just like drooping.
Yeah. Like little balloon, underneath, Yeah. So I'm serious. So in my head, like when you learn those things, you think, oh, I can't ever let that happen. I'm going to have to sleep in this underwire bra.
Yeah. Not good.
My entire life. That underwire is cutting into you, but it's also stopping the circulation and backing up your lymph nodes.
Which is so crazy. No one talks about that.
No.
And for women, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I am like, you're wearing a bra all the time. You got it. We're ready. We're on camera. We're doing this. Yes. So what we're saying is the second that you get home, everybody, you go get on your comfies and you strip that bra off.
Or I will tell you, and I don't mind putting it in the show notes, my biggest thing for me, because I did want support still.
Yes.
It's important to me. Yep. It's, all my life because of how, not that this is about breasts.
I don't have the breasts like you, unfortunately. Didn't get blessed
girl.
in that department.
It's okay, girl. But I have now been able to find bras that were so comfortable. They absolutely were supportive. They were lifting, but there's no underwire to them.
What brand is it?
It is OEAK. So I don't want to butcher exactly how.
Okay, well, I'm going to go purchase.
I'm not kidding. And here's the crazy part. I'm just going to share this with everybody. I couldn't believe how inexpensive. I'm the girl who'd always do the Nordstrom like sale every year, like June, July, their anniversary sale. So I could go get it on sale for $80 a piece. Because that's what I had to do to have the support. These are just as supportive. And I'm not even kidding you. I bought them for like $20.
Okay.
I'm like, this is crazy right now.
We already got the best tip ever, you guys.
Hey,
We're changing our bras.
No matter what size you are, I don't care. And you know what else I like? Okay, listen, we're going to talk back to the lymphatic system, but I know we have mostly women listeners. Can I just say this? Like I have, like sometimes I wear tight, like, tops or bodysuits, and you don't want anything looking like it's really pulley in the back. And the way that they fit you, you don't have any bra overhang.
This is not sponsored, but I feel like it should be.
I know, I feel like right now. But I'm just saying, ladies, go to the show notes. Okay, back to the episode. That was just a short commercial, but everybody.
That was the first good tip, because the second tip, and we talked about this in an episode a long time ago, but the first thing when I knew we were going to talk about lymphatic system, I was like, okay, one thing we haven't really covered like in detail is the congestion in your face and the puffiness. So some people go straight to, oh, I have cortisol face, or, oh, I have this. And I'm like, or the fluid buildup might just need to be massaged out.
Correct.
And Tracey knows I do my little massage and like I go through and, you know, you're doing it, but we don't actually go through this process. And that's why it's so trendy in beauty right now to do the gua shaing, because it actually works. And you're supposed to do it.
Yes.
Because you get that buildup. It can be, your face can be dull. It can be puffy.
Very puffy.
And once you go through it, like the before and afters of people actually starting this, not doing anything with their diet, not changing their lifestyle in any way, but they start, and you see some of these before and afters, and that is just lymphatic drainage. Like that is what's crazy to me. I'm like, that's free, by the way, everybody.
Free.
That's free that you can do
in real
every night. And also, if I don't have time, like I'm like, whatever, I just do it in the shower.
Yes.
I do my whole thing in the shower. No one can see what I'm doing, but I'm like, and I'm doing it all.
We can do a little tutorial video or something. Put a little on our stories, TikTok. Okay. So listen up. If you want to know, just let us know. We'll send it to you.
Yes. But serious, like that is free. And it's like the easiest thing that you can add to your routine to get the puffiness and drainage out. Not to mention, I don't know if this is fact, but I swear when I started doing it, I got less headaches. And I have no idea if that's correlated or not.
Well, you're moving toxins. So the puffiness, the water's congested. And because we just live in life. Now, you and I are like fairly clean, obviously in what we do, but we also just live life. Well, because our lymphatic system's not. Okay, so think about this. Toxins are affecting your headaches. Okay?
Yes.
That's what I would need you to understand. Okay. I mean, a lot of people that I've had like do this, they would have headaches. It was really bad. And then that started going away. Because they're moving the toxins out.
And guys, everyone, you've heard us say this, everyone's in toxic overload. I don't care if you're like a non-toxic girly like us.
Yeah.
It's just the reality in which we live, right? It's just world. So.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say, not always, but it's also going to show up because remember your system, it's the pump, it's moving things. We talk about fluid, like especially if you have ankles, feet, legs. Now I'm going to go back to the face here in a moment, but something else that I should have realized that when I had my daughter, I also had toxemia, and I'm not saying, but there's times I'm not saying this, I'm not a doctor, but when I think about how congested my lymphatic system is, I think about the fluid and also the tension and having such high blood pressure. I really think it was because my body couldn't move. So lots of times I would take my thumb, because they taught me in the hospital, I would just put it on my leg and just kind of like pressure.
So on the inside of her shin, for those of you that can't see.
Yep. So I like anywhere and almost anywhere, but I will, like if it feels puffy and if there's an indentation there, if it stays more than a couple seconds, you have water retention and fluid. You need to get that moving. That's when I know, oh shoot, my lymphatic system's being really slow.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of us need to be moving that.
That is it's so crazy. And I remember, I just looked this up because I was like, I heard this somewhere and I needed to look this up. Did you guys know that you have about 1.5 more lymph fluid than blood? Yet most people don't even know what the lymphatic system is or how to support it. When you put that into perspective, because you learn about blood, you learn about all of that and how it's always flowing through cells and We're not learning about the lymphatic system and how to actually properly detox it and go about it. But that is why we are here.
I know. And I mean, think about it. We always say, and that just made me think about, we are like, oh, well, our body is made up of X percentage of water. Like, I want to say 70, 80% now. Like, forgive me, I should have the exact, I like to have exact, but we know, like mostly water. Our lymphatic system, what this is just saying. All right. So when we're not proper hydration, getting that fluid moving, that's what it's saying. We have more than what blood is in our body.
Isn't that crazy?
Why? This affects hormonal issues. Why sometimes you even have hormonal acne? Because again, it's congested.
Yes. No, it actually is crazy. And one thing that I think caused all of my stuff is some of not draining all of this, you know? Absolutely. And emotional stress. We live in a world of like chronic stress, right? And if you're in a period of time where you're in a constant chronic stress, that can stagnate the lymphatic system.
Yes.
Like pretty badly. And so it's funny when we always talk about, okay, everything's connected. And because Tracey and I are low ADHD and we're like running 100 miles an hour, and she's been studying this way longer than I have. But I mean, even me, since living this way since 2020, when you study something for so long, sometimes we forget to go back to the foundation and the basics, right? And we've had, when listeners comment in, hey, can you go deep in this? That's because we're sometimes so high level because our brains are like going at rapid speed and we've been living this, but taking it back to actually the foundational things of, hey, let's do some things to get out of chronic stress. Yeah. Let's make sure you're doing your walks after every meal to not only help your digestion, but to also get your lymph moving and helping heal some of those hormones and your gut issues and all of that. And now Tracey, she has, because we want to wrap this up with some more tangible things. We want this to be a very tangible episode. Yes. We've talked about rebounding before. You guys already know that. We've had people literally message us and say they bought a rebounder because of us. Yes. Because rebounding is amazing. And we won't go into detail of that because we talked about that so much. But Tracey brought for the viewers who are on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
Some of her tips to get her body moving because she flies a lot. She's moving and grooving. So if she can't always be working out or something, she has 2 things that she's going to show you on the screen.
I am absolutely going to show you this. So what I have, and I'm going to make sure that I also link this because people will ask me, it is a dry brush. We'll hear about dry brushing. What is it? Why? We hear a lot about dry brushing because of cellulite and things, which again is, connected to your lymphatic system. But you want to make sure you're getting a good dry brush. So I will link that because then I won't go into all that. But I will share almost every time, before I get into the shower. Now, this took years of practice. So, hey, if you do it starting 3 times a week, but you want to do it prior to the shower. You want to start at your feet because imagine what I said, your heart has a pump. Things are moving through. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. You need to be moving it. So I always start, and I will make sure I do a tutorial. So, okay.
Please. I want to add on this part because sometimes you get those, it'll just come, Tracey, ADHD.
Perfect.
She will dry brush her stomach as well because so many people, now it might not necessarily be gut health issues. Like bloating can be the cause of a lot of things, but moving your body and doing some of this like dry brushing, you can do process of elimination. So if you're bloating, try getting your lymph moving, like see if that helps, things like that.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll do it as a tutorial. So please let us know, like there is a certain way that you want to dry brush and how you do. I'll do it like 10 one way, 10 not, like how to do it. Because a lot of us, to be honest with you, I had constipation for years. That was another sign. You're lymphatic. Remember, you do need to be able to have fluid moving, right? So that you actually have a movement. And I will tell you when I am looking puffy and I dry brush before I get in the shower, and then I'm going to talk about what I do after the shower. I keep saying I need to do a before and after. I can be puffy, do this process, and all of a sudden you can see my stomach muscles afterwards because I have actually moved my lymphatic system.
Yep.
This is real. And how you do it and going towards your lymph nodes and things, very important, but it's so inexpensive.
Oh, I know. This is one of the episodes where I'm like, this is so valuable because you can literally start today.
Oh, I'm telling you, right now.
And even if you don't have a rebounder, do some jumping jacks, grab a jump rope, whatever the case is, get moving. And you know what? Like, yes, you can invest in the dry brush and what Tracey has, but also start with your hand movements and start doing like massaging yourself. Start doing your face in the shower. Start underneath the armpits. You can grab your lymphs underneath your armpits and just start massaging them. Like all of this is free.
It's like a pump. What you're doing. And we'll make sure, because I just feel like we're going to have questions, but this is so free, but makes such a difference. And when I get out of the shower, because imagine you have water that's hitting your body. I've dry brushed it ahead of time. Now you've got your system moved up and going. I have a roller. And again, I don't know if it's $10. But I do this when I get out of the shower and before I go to bed, and I literally roll my body. I roll my stomach. I will roll when I talked about my intestine, right? Because now I'm going to process my food all night long. And I swear because of this, I have been definitely each morning now, I will say, I feel like I'm better on a schedule, right? As far as bowel movement things being regular. And that was something I definitely was not because of my cortisol and traveling. Now because of this, so simple.
I love it.
But I'm telling you, when I get off, I do feel the puffiness. I do get the brain fog and things. So we just want to, again, just go level enough so that you understand it with the simplicity that I don't care who you are. This is important.
We just gave you so many tangible things to start. And now you understand how the lymphatic system works. So you can start thinking about it every day and doing small things to start improving it. So
make a big difference in your health. These are the small things that make a big, big, big impact. So again, if you have questions or if there are things that you do, as we always say, we want to hear from you. We have incredible listeners.
We're lifelong learners. We're not trying to act like we know everything. Also, because so much is bio-individuality as well. It's like, we love hearing the fun stuff, like the random things people do for their health. We're like, you bring it on. Let's see it.
I mean, right? So in our, I think the last episode I talked about face taping. It's because somebody else taught me and showed me and I was able to play. So believe me, if you have something, tag us in it, share with us. Let's keep this going. All of us, right? Takes a community, a village of people, like just continually sharing and finding the answers. So again, we'll just say, start one simple thing in the shower with your fingers on your face, get your dry, whatever that looks like for you, one scooch at a time. And until next time, here's to your energetic, confident self.